It's time for another episode of NDL Sportscenter, NDL After Dark, whatever we're calling ourselves. This is your host, Sammy33. Block 2, winding down. Let's take a look at the last bit of action. There's still some games to go. Highlighted some that you may want to take a look at, but some teams are into conference play. Some teams will be starting next block. So there's still some nice out-of-conference games to look at. Couple of games seemed stressful down the stretch. In conference and out of conference, we'll take a look at both the big boys and the group of 5. Speaking of group of 5, let's go ahead and start there. Coach Wobbles and the Fresno State Bulldogs taking on Coach Keg and the Bowling Green Falcons. This was a fun game to watch. A lot of stuff going on in this one. We'll pick up the action in the first quarter. Mikey Keene dropping back, and he finds running back Elijah Gilliam out the backfield. Nice juke there. He's going to get inside the 10. And then Sherrod finds his way into the end zone. 10-0 Bulldogs. Things are looking good, but a big play here. Charlie picking that ball off. He's going to take that one to the house. So Bowling Green cuts into the lead. It's 10-7. Keene trying to find someone open. Nice pass there, putting some air on it. And tight end doing the rest of the work. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Right before the half, one of the most hurtful things you can do is turn the ball over before the half. This interception is going to hurt a lot. Diving there to try to make a play and actually clips his teammate. And that makes sure that Bowling Green can run that back. 17-14. But Fresno State responds. Big interception there. And will it turn into something nice? The answer? Well, no, but not for the reason you think. Big fumble there. The Falcons dodge another bullet, keeping Fresno State off the board. And then this play is huge. Connor, not the best thrown ball, but Garcia, look at the adjustment, makes the catch. And then the angle screen. Wimberly getting into the end zone. Bowling Green with the lead. Nice play here, the pitch to Wimberly, and he's going to take it a long ways, 42 yards. Sets up Bowling Green, and then the TD pass up 28-17. So Fresno State's got to get something going. You do here. Man, he got blasted, but he holds on. And then 3rd and goal, Keene keeps it himself, 28-23. Option pitch here to Johnson. And he's able to turn the corner and get up the field. 35-23. Keene dropping back, trying to find someone open. Look at the adjustment there by the receiver. Makes the catch. Can't quite get in the end zone. No problem. Gilliam will get in for the touchdown. And then, ooh, man, that could have been an interception. Fresno State needed that. Bowling Green comes right back. Connor hitting his receiver. That will ice the game. So Bowling Green, 35-30 winners on the road. Garcia, 3 catches for 76 yards. Sherrod for Fresno State, 27 carries, a $105, and a touchdown. Next, we'll head out to Ohio. The Cincinnati Bearcats, Coach Steen, hosting the UCLA Bruins and Coach Knowles. So Cincinnati looking to get his season started, seeing if they can do it with a win in OOC play. And it didn't get off to a good start. UCLA with the ball. Ethan looking deep. Sturdivant. Touchdown on the bomb. 98 yards and 4 receptions for him. No worries though. Cincinnati would answer. Pryor with the touchdown reception. 7-7. 4th and 2. Big decision here. Doesn't work out for UCLA. Play blown up in the backfield by the impact defensive lineman. And then deep over the middle. Ooh, he got blasted, but he holds on. 14-7. UCLA looking to cut into the lead. Wide right on the kick. 3rd and 2, 3rd quarter. Nice play here. Ethan finding his target. Getting down the field. A 4th and 6. Trying to make something happen. Interception by the Bearcats. And look at him go. This isn't going to be a touchdown, but he's going to get down the field. It leads to a field goal. 4th and 5. Gotta have it, Ethan. rolling out, no one open, trying to make something happen, gets hit and fumbles. Bearcats will recover, but end up giving the ball back. So with a $1:25 to go, Garber's dropping back, finding Flores in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. So 20-14. And Cincinnati ices a Corey Kiner, breaking up the middle, does a smart thing by protecting the ball. No need to score as long as you're tackled and just kneel out the clock. So Cincinnati, they win this one 20-14. Clean game by Sorsby. 2 TDs, no picks. Kiner a $1.68 on the ground. We'll stay with the Power 4. Head out to Oklahoma. The Cowboys taking on the Blue Devils. Both teams looking for their first win of the season. Question is, who will be able to get the ground game going, win the turnover battle? Okie State looking to get the job done at home, and they get a good start. 2nd and 7 inside the 30. And Ollie Gordon cutting up field gets the TD. Touchdown. Cowboys. 4th and inches midway through the second. Okie State up 7-3. Not the craziest run, but enough to get the first down, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Gordon scores again, 2nd TD of the game. 14-3. Look at this play. Murphy finding Eli deep on that one, and Pansel is going to take it into the end zone after avoiding going down on the tackle. But Okie State would answer before the half. Big play here, and that's going to set up a field goal try. And look at Duke with the block. But unfortunately, the wrong guy recovers. It would have been a scoop and score. Tough play for Duke in this situation. And then to start the second half, Gordon scores. 4 touchdowns on the day for him, 67 yards. Okie State had to hold on because Duke put together a hell of a run in the fourth quarter. Just not enough. Cowboys win this one 30-24. We're going to head back to Group of 5 action. Western Kentucky against Middle Tennessee. Coach Maverick had Illinois last season, had a really solid season, and looking to keep things going. But this isn't a good start. Not the way you want to start with a turnover or a pick. That puts Western Kentucky in the red zone. They would get 3. Big play here, play action. Willis finding the end zone. 7-3 Middle Tennessee. 1st and goal for the Hilltoppers. Hey, look who it is. Nice touchdown there. And then a run. Don't see this very often because you usually don't get the blocking. Slipping out of the dive attempt, and it's smooth sailing for there. Middle Tennessee regaining the lead. Late in the half is 14-13 Willis. Wide open. 21-13. Just a minute to go. Nice play here, fitting it in the window. Western Kentucky moving down the field, and then 2nd and goal. Just pounded in Elijah Young. Touchdown, 2-point conversion. No good. 24-19 at this point. And look at the moves there. Nice catch and run. And then 2nd and 12. Out the backfield. Elijah Young with the catch, gets hit, but holds on. Sack on 2nd and goal. So 3rd and goal, you're a little bit nervous, but no problem for TJ. He finds his tight end, risky throw, but it is a touchdown. So it's 24-26, and there he is again, Willis. Huge game for him. Gets open, 2nd and goal. Play action, but oh no, an interception, and then almost gives it back trying to die. Gets hit. Speaking of giving it back, play action rollout. Tyrell picking off the comeback route. And guess what? He's going to take that one all the way back. Cuts in on the QB. Tight end just can't make the tackle. 31-26. And then Middle Tennessee makes the same mistake. Stout picking off that ball. And he's going to run it back. So basically a swap of pick sixes. 32-31. 2-point conversion is good. So Western Kentucky up 3. Ooh. Risky pass there. Willis does make the catch and spins in. 3rd and 1. 2.5 to go. Gotta have it. Tackled in the backfield. Field goal would be good. 3rd and inches. Nice user play here. Keeps the running back from getting the first. But Young gets it on the next play. And then 3rd and 13. Got to get some yards to get into field goal range. Nice throw there. Going to be pretty center. And then from 50 yards, booms it straight down the pipes as time expires. So Western Kentucky outlasts Middle Tennessee 37-34. Helms led the way for the Hilltoppers, 95 yards, receiving 8 receptions and a touchdown. Willis leading the way for the Blue Raiders. Back to Power Conference action. C Nasty and the Baylor Bears hosting Colorado and Coach Andy. Shedeur Sanders has looked great so far this season. Corey looking to get that offense going. If we know anything about Coach C Nasty, when that offense is humming, he's really tough to beat. Nice read here to intermediate throw. Spins back in, getting close to midfield. Then 2nd and 5, inside scoring range. Robertson finding Cameron Bonner. Touchdown Baylor, so they're up 7-0. The Buffs would answer. Look at this. Travis Hunter wide open. And then after that, Hood. Nice juke move. Getting into the end zone. 7-7. Baylor would respond. Richard Reese, he had a hell of a game. Nice run here. Gets into the open field. And just able to outrun the Buffalo defense. Touchdown. Of 14-7. And then Reese breaking again. This time breaking to the left side. He gets in. Another touchdown. So 21-7. Might be in some trouble. But Hunter making a nice cut back there. Colorado cuts the lead to 7. 3rd and 7. Ooh, that would have been a highlight play if he could make the catch. But he could not. So 4th down. Another field goal block this week. Baylor able to get another big run out of Reese. So not just content going into the half up 7. Bust a big run and kick a field goal. 24-14 at the half. So CU's got to get something going. This won't help. An interception. The only pick of the day by Sanders. And it would prove costly because Baldwin catches the ball. Not sure how that isn't a touchdown. But it doesn't matter because Robertson finds him anyway. Touchdown. Baylor. So up 17. Big play here. Hood out the backfield. A long catch and run. The lead is cut to 10. The Buffalo defense looking to make a play, and he does. Nice user lurk. He gets the pick. And that is going to go to the house. Mr. Woods with the pick 6. But Baylor not going to go away. Huge play here to Washington. Again, somehow doesn't get in the end zone. No problem though. Reese pushing his way in. The Bears go back up 10. Well, 3rd quarter winding down. Sanders dropping back. Looking. And Hunter again making a big catch. He had 7 on the day. Nice blocking for Hood here. Touchdown to cut it to 3. Jalen Wester, big interception here. Great way to start out the 4th quarter for Colorado. Getting into the end zone on the pick 6. And they have their first lead of the game. Big play here offside, so a free play. Pitch it early and see what Hunter can do. Big play down the field. That's going to set up the Buffaloes with the short field. And Hood punches it in. So 52-38. Baylor knowing they need to get a touchdown here. And a big fumble recovered by the Buffaloes would be challenged. The call stood. And the Buffaloes get the win. 38 second half points. A lot of playmakers in this one. Mr. Hunter. 7 receptions, 155 yards, and a touchdown. Richard Reese for Baylor. 13 carries, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. A hell of a game by both offenses. We're going to move to the Big Ten. Northwestern hosting the Washington Huskies. Northwestern's had a good start to the season so far. Looking to keep it going. And it starts with Mike Wright. Rushing touchdown number 6 for him. And then a big sack fumble. The Wildcats recover. And then A.J. Henning coming across the field. He's going to make that catch. Things looking good for Northwestern. Defense continues to help out. Walter picking off the pass over the middle. He takes that to the house. And then after that, getting close to 2-minute warning, Turner picking off the ball. And that also is going to be a pick six. So Northwestern getting help from both sides of the ball. 35-0 in the first half. That is your final score in this one. So they pitch a shutout. Rare to do, hard to do. And he's done it twice. So Northwestern 3-0. 2 shutout wins. Now it's time to get a little bit deeper into conference play. Game against Wake Forest. But if you look at the schedule, Indiana will be tough with that defense. Wisconsin will be tough on the road. You got Iowa and Ohio State. Maybe a team to keep an eye on in the Big Ten. Looking at some scores, Vandy has to squeak out a win, but a win's a win. It went 28-25 at Louisiana Tech. Nate Johnson, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Defense coming up with a big fumble to help them put this game away. Charlotte, big one on the road against Coach Bierkop, 31-13. 17 fourth quarter points by Charlotte. Taryn Kelman, 135 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns to help Charlotte put this one away late. Looking at an ACC team, SMU picking up a big win at Troy, 45-24. Banner day for Kevin Jennings, 19-25, 323 yards, 5 TDs. And on the ground, Smith, 2 yards shy of 200 yards. So the offense humming for Southern Methodist. Speaking of offense, Florida State at Boise, 45-42. The Seminoles squeaking out a win. Both quarterbacks threw for 4 touchdowns. Yes, you heard that correctly. Boise State quarterback, Mr. Madsen, 4 touchdowns. 288 yards, 12 for 14. Agenti, 144 on the ground. TD and a fumble. In the Apple Cup, Washington State takes it again. Coach Lick, undefeated in the Apple Cup so far. Mateer combining for 3 touchdowns and 271 yards. Josh Meredith leading the way in the receiving game. 3 receptions, a TD, and 92 yards. But some action coming up. Still some Block 2 games to go. Virginia Tech and Michigan, both teams looking to pick up their first game of the season, hoping that this will springboard them into conference play. And it's going to be a tough block for Michigan. The other game at USC, that one will be played tonight. The Trojans are undefeated, and Coach Texano looking to see if he can continue his run from last season and get this team into the college football playoffs. SEC action, Georgia hosting Kentucky. Last season, this was a triple overtime thriller with Georgia getting the dub. This time at home, Coach D. Kane looking to take care of business against the Wildcats. Tulane, a nice story so far, knocking off 2 power teams, looking to make it a third. At Wake Forest, a win here would look good on the resume for the Green Wave. We'll see if they can get the job done. Speaking of resumes, Old Dominion on the road against Virginia. So we'll see if Roche will get that run game going. Virginia will definitely prove a tougher task. But we'll have to see how the Monarchs look in this one as they aim to stay undefeated. Speaking of undefeated, LSU, the reigning champ, Coach Bucknut, hosting the Real Dre and South Carolina. Death Valley's a tough place to play. The Tigers looking to get out to a good start in conference play. Being a conference play, Georgia Tech and Louisville. The Cardinals still undefeated. Georgia Tech a minor step back against Mizzou. But a win here keeps them atop the ACC. We'll see what the Yellow Jackets do at home. Another notable game, Notre Dame at Indiana. Coach Foney, good defensive mind. Coach Rain, confident on the offensive side of the ball. How does this game play out? We'll have to see. Looking forward to watching this one. Another power matchup, Mississippi State hosting Stanford. Setback for Coach Metro D and the Cardinal. They're looking to see if they can bounce back. Mississippi State looking to parlay a win here into that tough SEC play. We got Army and NC State. Coach Homey traveling to face Coach Ice. 2 NDL vets. Should be a fun game to watch. Can Homie stop that military style offense? Can Ice find some success defensively? Then one more game of highlights. Iowa State hosting Sam Houston. So Iowa State looking to bounce back after a tough loss to Ole Miss. And not off to a good start. 3-3 early in the second quarter. Running backs blasted, but he holds on. Hunter Watson keeping it himself for the touchdown. Sam Houston up 10-3. But Rocco finding Noel deep. That's going to be a touchdown, 10-10. Second and 13. Finding his target. Humphreys making the catch. And then 4th and 1. Out the backfield, finding the back. Sets up a 1st and goal. This time, Ducker keeping the ball. Gets into the end zone, 17-10. Late in the third. Nice play. Not gonna lie, probably gonna steal this one from my playbook. Cyclones getting down the field, go for a field goal, but it's a fake. Just can't get the ball off. Either guy catches the ball, it's a touchdown. They were wide open. And then Ducker on the check down turns it into a touchdown. No one close enough to get to him. 24-10. So at the end of the third quarter, though, Rocco finding a target deep. Overby getting into the end zone. Touchdown Cyclones, just down 7. And a big interception here for the Cyclones. Williams can't stay in bounds, but it won't matter. Higgins getting a TD, 5 minutes to go. Your game is tied at 24. 2 minutes to go. Huge fumble. Hit stick jars the ball loose. We're going to overtime. And in OT, Benny, TD reception, 24-31. Big play here on 3rd and goal, going for the run to get a little closer. And it makes a difference because the crossing route is caught, but Gentry can't get into the end zone, a yard short. And Iowa State winners, 31-24. Rocco Beck, 23 of 33 for Iowa State. 4 TDs, 376 yards through the air. Jay Ducker had a good game. 96 combined yards on offense, 2 touchdowns. Looking at stat leaders, Marcel Reed jumps to the top of the board in passing, 1,342 yards. Avery Johnson for K-State, just a couple yards short of 1,300. Rushing, Noel, already over 1,000 yards for the season. Marion Lukes for the Chips, 682. And then receiving, you've got Donovan Green, the tight end, leading the nation, 504 yards. Travis Hunter getting going. He's got 477. And that's going to do it for Block 2. Yes, there's still some games to get played. I'll keep my eye out to try to catch them as they come in. But some house cleaning. Make sure that you get those poll votes in. They're due soon. Make sure that you knock out those stats and coach reports. And again, if you would like to have your highlights featured in an episode of NDL Sportscenter, make sure you're posting in Block's contest under general topics, or that you're sending me your clips via DM, Whisper, whatever. It can be on Twitch, it can be on Discord. I'll try to get in everyone's submissions. Looking forward to Block 3. Have a hunch, we probably know what game is going to lead the highlights, but I think altogether it'll be a fun block as everyone starts to jump into conference play. Coach Sammy, signing off.